So I have used alcohol to clean out my bowl, my spatula that I got from Dollar Tree, my scissors just in case I needed to use them, and then I started with this Colormates pressed powder compact, and I picked it because it had this clear lid and I could see my three colors, and I could just take the product out because it only cost me $1, and I'll just put in another package if I want to use it later. I used this brand of glitter from Dollar Tree. This isn't the color combination I used. I just wanted you to see the packaging. And I started out with these three colors from LA Colors. First one is Grape Jelly, a lavender color, and I used this lavender glitter. Next color is Honeysuckle, which is a bronzy type of color, so I used the bronze glitter. Lastly, I used Radiant, which is a gold tone color, so I used the gold glitter to add to it. My mixing medium is alcohol, and I wanted to use this hand sanitizer because it's alcohol based and it has berry scent. So I was hoping it would have a little scent to my highlighter, and I use hand sanitizer a lot, so I wind up touching my face and I haven't had any problems. So I decided to use it, and I used these cotton rounds that I got from Dollar Tree to clean my implements. These brushes to help with mixing and placement. That's my sample brush, and then I use this little scoop to mix and to get the glitter out of the packaging, and then I also use this dotting tool for different aspects of the project. I have napkins just in case it got messy, and I think I'm ready. So I started out trying to decide was I going to use all of the product or not. Couldn't make up my mind, but in case you don't use all of the product, you can reseal the packaging, and all you have to do, take the label off, and once you take the label off, put it to the side so it'll stay sticky, and then I use these scissors to bore a hole in the center, and after I did that, I used my dotting tool and inserted it in the center to pop out that little cap. So since the cap is out, now I can get as much of the product out. I probably should have only used part of the product, but I used all of it, and so I wound up with way too much. But in the event that you want to reuse it, you can just seal it back up by putting the little cap back in place, securing it well, and then after you have the little label back in place, that covers up the hole, so you won't lose any more product. So now I have my pressed powder, and I'm about to add a little bit of the glitter to my mixture, and I'm going to mix it all up while it's dry so that it won't separate or have little clumps of glitter versus little clumps of the loose eyeshadow. Now I felt like Goldilocks and the Three Bears with this project because this was Papa Bear. This mixture was too thick. I couldn't get my ratio correct for the liquid to powder. So the mixing medium, I didn't add enough. It was too thick and it was kind of clumpy, but I was too scared to keep adding product because I didn't want it to be too soupy. So you just see me going back and forth, adding little bitty bits at a time because I just didn't want it to be too messy. But it really wasn't the consistency that I wanted. It just wasn't smooth enough. So I just decided to go ahead and get the spatula and see what I had here. And you can see how thick it is. And it wasn't smooth, but I put it in the compact anyway, and I, tried to get it into place so that I could be ready to put my other two colors in. I wasn't happy with the texture here. This is my first do-it-yourself on camera. I probably could have played around with it a little more if I wasn't trying to stay, not taking a lot of time. So this was Mama Bear. It was just too soupy. I had put all of the liquid in all at once, and I started mixing it up, and it was not the right consistency at all. I even tried adding some of the pressed powder to try to thicken it up. That didn't help it either. You can see as I used the spatula, it was just a little too soupy. Put it into the compact, it started running all over the place. It started mixing in with the first color, and I tried to keep it separate. It was just, it wasn't looking good at this point, but I had kind of decided I was going to stick with it no matter what. I had to prop it up so that it wouldn't spread all out in the bowl. So now we're going to try grape jelly, and this one was Baby Bear. It turned out just the way I wanted it to, and it was the right texture, it was the right consistency, it was enough liquid to powder ratio, and I was really happy with how this part of the mixture turned out. Here you can see when I scooped it out, it was the perfect texture, but now I have too much product for the little pan that I'm putting it in. So I would suggest you don't use all of the products at once. Just use maybe like half or a third. And I did try to use a Q-tip to get the product out of the overflow area. This little groove was too narrow though for the Q-tips that I had. And then you see me with these little brushes. I'm just using the brushes to try to get the product in place and separate some, but it was really messy here, but I was still having a good time with it, so it was all good. Yeah, I'm sorry that I didn't stay in frame. That was one of the things I learned with this project. I see all of these projects that people have done for their DIYs, and they do such a wonderful job. And I wonder if they do a trial run before they actually do the filming. I just decided to go for it. I just jumped in with both feet into the deep end and to do the project. So you catch me learning as I go along, and hopefully you'll learn from my mistakes and won't have to do the same things that I had to do to make this kind of right. But I did have a good time doing it. It was relaxing, even though at one point I was getting a little frustrated with, which is this little section of the video right here, because I had too much product. It was kind of getting more messy than I anticipated. I couldn't really get the center color to stay dominant. So I was just a little bit frustrated here, but I did start figuring out what I could do with all this excess product. So what I did decide on doing was to make a eyeshadow mixture out of all three colors and to put it into one of those little cosmetic jars. So even though I was still trying to figure out the best way to make this look aesthetically pleasing, I was still able to figure out something to do with the excess product. I did kind of try to swirl it around so it could be a little prettier in the pan. And after I did get it into place to the best of my ability, I took a paper towel and I pressed it, and it did help get some of the moisture out. And I did put the compact under a lamp to help the alcohol to evaporate. So it sat for about maybe 2 hours, and after that, I was while it was sitting under the lamp, I also put the excess that you'll see in a moment into one of those little cosmetic jars. Just wanted to clean it up some so that it wouldn't be really messy when I was closing the compact after it dried. I didn't close the compact until the alcohol had totally evaporated. And this is my mixture that I put into the cosmetic jar. And again, it made a really pretty shimmery pressed eyeshadow. So it turned out good. So here is my completed compact. And what I did was I took a black magic marker to go over the ColorMates word. And after I did that, I took this little roll of bling on a roll that I got from Michael's probably about 2 or 3 years ago, and it's in this little dispenser. And it's on a tape, and I took the little piece of the tape with the bling and I applied that over the word. And again, you can see the mixture through the little compact. So it turned out really pretty. I was happy with how it looked. Um, you can see the three colors, and you can also see the texture from the paper towel. So wanted to give it a little try by swiping some of the colors. So I'm going to try the first one, which is Radiant. And I don't have any primer or any type of product on my skin when I try this. So this is on bare skin, and of course, if you're putting it on your face, you'll probably have some makeup on. But this is the first swipe of Radiant, and this is how it looks. And I thought it was a really pretty color. That was the coppery color. This is Honeysuckle, which was the gold. And I really didn't press down on that, but I still think it's a pretty color, and it has a little of the purple in it because of the mixtures running. And this is grape jelly. So those are the three swatches of the colors, and I'm going to try it with the brush. And I really just went really too hard into the grape jelly, but you can see that it's really shimmery. And I tried to blend it in with the other colors, which I probably should have done in the beginning. So I will try to go across all three colors here. And you can see how pretty and shimmery that is. I think that's going to be a really pretty highlight slash bronzer. I really like the colors. I was really pleased with my project. I think I will try to do this again, and I have some little things that I will do a little differently. But overall, I was really pleased with the project. It turned out much better than I anticipated. I like the little bling on the outside of the compact. And yeah, I hope that you all like this project. If you want to try it, please tag me in what you did. And I hope you liked it and give me a thumbs up. Um, hope you liked it. Everyone be good. Bye.